Welcome back. Look, wearing a mask during this COVID-19 pandemic has become a way of life. But for people with hearing loss difficulties, they have trouble reading lips and recognizing facial expressions while masks are in place. At the same time, more people are realizing that they actually have a hearing problem. Joining us now to help us get through these obstacles is friend to the show, Dr. Lana Joseph-Ford, founder and CEO of High Level Speech and Hearing Center. Dr. J, can you hear me this morning?
You know what, Malik? I sure can hear you this morning.
There you go, a little audiology humor to get your day started. And thank you so much for talking about this because we all know masks are important. Wear them everywhere you go. But why do some people have difficulty understanding conversations while people are wearing face masks? Is because we're covering our lips?
Exactly. So, Malik, what's happening now is we're noticing ever since COVID happened, and now it's a requirement for us to enter public facilities wearing masks. We're noticing that it's making it really difficult for us to be able to hear what people are saying, especially if you have hearing loss. What's happening is the mask is actually stopping sound from traveling naturally. Sound waves travel naturally, and that's how we're able to hear those sound waves go right into your ear or into your ear canal. But the mask creates a barrier for those sound waves to actually travel. So, yes, we are experiencing people that actually have hearing loss. They're having difficulty with hearing while people are speaking with them with face masks.
And again, we're not saying not to wear the mask, but I know there are some things that if you are experiencing hearing loss while wearing the mask that people can do to help understand conversations. What are those two things that we can do?
Absolutely. We need to wear a mask. So a couple of different options might be, well, instead of, especially for relatives of people, if you're a parent, if you're a spouse and you know that your spouse or your child has hearing loss, then what you want to do is wear a mask where you can actually speak with them and they can see you, read your lips and understand what you're saying because people communicate not just through sound, but also their visual. We have audio and visual cues that we send whenever we're communicating with people. It's hand gestures, motions with our lips, different shoulder shrugs, body movements, things like that. So people really do need to be able to see all of this. So again, like you said, we're not saying don't wear the mask. Please hear us, y'all. But we want you to wear your mask and we want you to wear something that helps your loved one to be able to read your lips as needed.
So a face shield or a face mask with a see-through, mouth covering, which I love. But of course, the biggest one I think is very easy is
Yes,
to wear hearing aid. How do
absolutely.
hearing aids help people hear better? I'm very curious about this.
Absolutely, Malik. This is something that we're seeing in my office so much more than ever before now that people are wearing face masks. We're seeing people that are saying that, I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing. I'm using these visual cues. Why am I having difficulty hearing? Well, the truth is you probably do have hearing loss. And that's when a hearing aid, which I have one right here just so you guys can kind of see it, a hearing aid would come into play and that would really help with communicating.
And I know there are different types of hearing aids. What are some of the different types of hearing aids?
Absolutely. So, one type of hearing aid, the one that I just showed you guys a few minutes ago, it's called a receiver in the ear type of hearing aid. And that hearing aid, in addition to it, because it's really like user's preference, some people prefer to have something that's in their ears, like an ITE or in the ear hearing aid. You see that there? What I did with that ITE. So
You.
people prefer people prefer to have ones that are less visible in the ear hearing aids, in receiver in the canal hearing aids, in the ear canal hearing aids. Those are different types of styles of hearing aids. Those are really helpful for people, but there are also other options such as sound amplifiers. And really and truly, anything that you can get to help you with hearing, I highly recommend. Even if you start off small with an amplifier, go from there and then progress over to an actual hearing aid device.
And I know before we go, Dr. J, in order to get a hearing aid done, go to High Level Speech and Hearing Center. I know you all do hearing aids. Take us real quick through a typical visit to get a hearing aid done.
Absolutely. And we would love to see you all. So please come to High Level Speech and Hearing Center if you can. That first step is you actually getting a hearing test done by one of our audiologists. And then once you get that hearing test done, we read those results and then we'll make a recommendation. So it's very painless. You actually work with us, you're participating in the decision-making process. It's really fun and engaging. And you also learn a lot about your ears and the way that ear auditory system works.
Come on, people. We need to hear Dr. J. I heard you loud and clear, my sister. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And hey, for more information about all the services they offer at High Level Speech and Hearing Center, check out this website, highlevelhearingnola.com, or go see Dr. J. She has two locations, one in New Orleans on Magnolia Street and the other in Harahan on Jefferson Highway. You can also make an appointment by calling 504 345 2980.